In law, there's what we call equity. You see, so equity follow the law. There's a law that says you must register. There's equitable part of it that says whoever want to come to equity must come with a clean hand. Whoever seek for equity, delay defeats equity. Equity will not aid the indolence. If you have an intellectual property you need to protect, and you do not go and register in order to protect in your name, then the law will not be on your side. The law will only recognize the person who has registered. Of course, it can be contested later on, but the first in time, that's what we call the first in time. When the equity are equal, there are two people doing the same thing, intellectual property, and then one goes to register. It doesn't matter who starts first. Who the government recognize is the one that registered.
Oh, wow.
It may even be the one that came last into the industry. But because he had registered that work, he's the one that law will give recommendation to and recognition to.
Yeah.
So there will be different people doing the same thing. But the one that take the step of registration will prevail. So the one that first of all registered will be protected by the law. Yes. So that's what it is.
Okay. So I want to know what trademark is about. What is the purpose of trademark? And what are the kind of intellectual properties that can be trademarked?
Trademark has to do with logo, the company logos, company slogans.
Okay.
So yeah, every company must have something to identify that you identify with, like a logo. So every company that has a logo must be registered on that trademark.
Okay.
So like the word mark of trade is a mark of their trade. What you can use to recognize that, okay, this is a product. How do you recognize this product? This is the drawings on a design.
Okay.
Has to do with design. Exactly. So the product properly designed or logo design or something to identify that particular product or company.
Okay.
So
A name,
yeah,
that trademark a name,
exactly.
because I'm in the entertainment industry,
Yes.
and I with what I'm hearing you say, I can tell you that virtually more than half of the content creators in Nigeria actually they're not registered with NCC. Now, say for instance, I have a record label, like a musical record label, and I sign up an artist for say maybe a period of 5 years. And then in between, say 2 years, the artist walk up to the label owner and says, I don't want to be part of your label anymore. Can the label trademark that artist in the sense that whatever that artist drop, maybe song or anything the artist drops, will not be his or her own because he or she has been trademarked by the previous label his way? Can such a thing happen?
It's subject to contracts. So once two adults come to agree on a particular thing, because one, it is not repugnant, one, it is not harmful to any of them, and both of them, it is a civil relationship that is guided by contracts. So you see, so if both of them in agreement have said, okay, you are going to stay with us for certain numbers of years before you depart, and there'll be a clause that in case you now part ways, there will be the compensation we are going to give to the record label before we can finally be released. So it all depends on the contract design. Okay, yes, exactly. So if the contract design is that whenever you leave, of course, it is the company, record label company, that's our logo most of the time. If they don't have the logo, they don't have the name record label, they want to have the design on the record. So the only thing that the artist may be is the owner, is the author of the song.
Okay.
And nobody will take it from people, except there is any contrary contract between the two of them. Obviously, he still owns his soul. Only that there may likely have be an agreement that anytime this Papa song that you are releasing comes out, you see our record label that must market it. I will get a proceed. And this is the ratio by which we divide. So anytime the song is played, it doesn't come to the musician directly because it's under contract of the record label. So and that's law must dictate, of course. That particular agreement is stand. So except the court rules otherwise. But for somebody to have left, that may look like a breach. Sometimes it may also be like a frustration situation. Frustration is one of the factors that can vitiate a contract, it makes people to part with. But all that is subject to whatever the court will decide. If eventually they cannot set.
Okay.
So
Okay. So now let me take you to what constitutes intellectual property infringement and what are the legal actions that must be taken.
infringement, to put it in a simpler form, is somebody trespassing on your right over a particular thing. In this case, your intellectual property.
Yes.
So there's law that frown at somebody infringing on other person's rights. So the step to be taken is what they call the legal civil procedure in court. So you cannot take law into your hands. There are different things that law can provide or the court can decide for you to do. Court may decide, depends on how you prove your case. Court may decide to seize all the productions or all the product of the company that's infringing your right by producing what you have ever established to produce. They can be seized. They can be fined. Damages can be paid. Talk is under the tort. TORT is under the law of tort when you want to come to the court to claim that your right are being infringed upon. When there's a wrong that must be learned in law. Come must be learned. You can't, because somebody infringe your right, you go there with all matter of fall or sector. But to say they be infringed, no. In a civil society, it's not allowed. So the best way to still go about it is to go to
Okay.
So
if I'm found guilty in infringing in someone's rights,
yes,
what are the penalties that?
It depends on the claim. You have the right to confiscate all the products or all the work of the people who are infringing your rights. We have the right to seize, to ask the court to seize all their work. They can destroy it, can be destroyed, can be confiscated. And in addition to that, you can claim damages.